Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. On today's show, we will have Father Carlos and Brother Brian from Pro Ecclesia Sancta in the studio with us to talk about how they ended up here in South Dakota, in freezing cold South Dakota, and what they're doing here, and, just what their lives have been like since they've been here and how they became priest and brother, and what the future holds and all that kind of good stuff. And Dr. Bergwall is looking at me like, are you done yet?
That was the longest run-on sentence I've ever heard out of your mouth.
Didn't know how to wrap that up.
There was a couple commas.
And.
Okay, so we're here with Dr. Bergwall to get some biblical bites with Dr. B on what is so far the coldest day of the year.
As we're recording, it's true.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Renee.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Yes. We only have a few days, a day or two left of Christmas season.
How much time do we, because what is today, Renee, as people are listening to this, perhaps, unless they're listening early, when they're listening when they should be.
Day of Christmas.
Some
day of Christmas.
Some day of Christmas.
Well done there.
I don't know what
Bill?
number, though.
Bill?
It's the official day of Epiphany, and it's also my anniversary.
Yes, but that's when
Happy
we're
anniversary,
recording.
Susan.
What are we?
You said today.
Not today, like recording today.
Today is John the Baptist Day.
We might have to start over pretty soon if we can't get this
Okay,
together.
I gotta move it.
Yes.
It's the baptism of the Lord.
Oh,
there.
yeah, Sunday.
Baptism.
The
I'm
baptism
thinking
of the
today.
Lord. Yeah, I know. We always
close.
do this for the Sunday. Sorry, folks. It's New Year.
We'll get it. I promise. Okay.
So baptism, and it's the last day of the Christmas season.
Yes.
Tomorrow, therefore, is
First day of ordinary time. First day of ordinary time.
First day. It's interesting. So it's Monday of the first week of ordinary time. So next Sunday will be.
It's actually the second Sunday of ordinary time.
Which is weird. There is no first Sunday of ordinary time.
It really messes with you.
It's really messy. So baptism of the Lord, last day of the Christmas season. Last year we talked about the gospel. This year, I want to talk about the second reading, which is from Acts of the Apostles. So, folks, if you haven't had a chance, I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's Peter. This is how it starts. Peter proceeded to speak to those gathered in the house of Cornelius. So, Acts chapter 10, verses 34 through 38 is the second reading. Cornelius, Peter's giving this homily, and then it ends with Cornelius' baptism. So, Renee, do you have any idea what's the big deal about what we read about?
So you're going to ask me who Cornelius is, and I have no idea.
No idea. Renee Kranz.
Well, right as I sit here, I don't know. Bill's laughing like I should know.
It's another talking donkey. That's all I can think of.
Did you guys look that up ever, by the way?
Yeah, and you
Yes.
were wrong on the number.
You were
It was
wrong.
like 24.
You were wrong.
I was within a couple of chapters.
Sure.
24 is where the prophecy of the star comes. Which
I think
was
it's
the point.
22 where the
That
talking
22 is
donkey.
where the donkey starts chatting.
Anyway,
Being moved along by Bill. Cornelius is a Roman centurion.
Okay.
So
So he shouldn't be having anything to do with Jesus or
he
Paul
is a
or anybody.
So all right. With all that
And he's
blah
Roman.
blah blah leading up, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
He's a Roman. He's a pagan. He's a God-fearing pagan.
Okay.
But he's a pagan nonetheless. So God-fearing. So he would attend synagogue. He would probably tithe. He would do everything up until the reason he had not become Jewish because to become Jewish you have to get circumcised. And apparently he wasn't up for that.
As an adult, that seems like a bad thing
Right.
to do.
Well, yes. So he had not, so he was God-fearing, but he was not part of the people of God. He was not a member of the covenant. But now this is the moment where that all changes, and it's all being directed by God. Cornelius had been told by an angel, send this guy down to Joppa. You'll find this guy. That's Peter. Peter has this vision that there's no unclean animals. So it's the opening of the covenant that God had established with his people to the Gentiles. Mm-hmm. So our focus, understandably, with especially the gospel, is Jesus' baptism. But we have to recognize here what this means for all of us, that not just the Jewish people, but the Gentiles as well now are invited into the family of God.
That's pretty huge for all of us.
Yeah, it's really big. So we'll talk more about this later, but that's the big thing I want to point out today.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Dr. B.
You bet.